Bienvenidos a la segunda clase de este curso de inglés pre-avanzado completamente gratis. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I upload a new video every Monday and Thursday and you can receive notifications. And of course, join the Facebook group so you can download all of my resources, including this presentation. Today we're going to be looking at a few different things. First of all, we're going to look at the difference between so and neither. Then we're going to look at the differences between to and either. And finally, we're going to go into depth a bit more about neither and either. Let's begin. So like I said, the first thing we're going to look at is so and neither. We use so do I and neither do I to agree with something, okay? It's probably something you've heard before. I don't like cats, neither do I. She loves dogs, so do I, okay? So this is present tense, that's why we're using do. Or of course we can use second or third person, singular or plural. She loves dogs and so do you. My mom doesn't work much and neither does my dad, right? So this is do or does, depending on if it's third person, my dad, he does, neither does my dad. Or you, second person, do you. Ana de Armas loves dogs and so do I. So we are perfect for each other, okay? So that's so and neither to agree, all right? Neither with negative things and so with positive things. As you can see in the first example, I do not like cats. In Spanish, you would say yo tampoco. In English, you could say neither do I. But there are other ways, and we're going to look at those in a minute, okay? Affirmative, she loves dogs, so do I, yo también. So let's look at different ways. We also use so and neither with the verb be, of course. I am not a fan of the Patriots, neither am I, right? So again, the verb to be is different. All of the other verbs in present tense use the do, right? Neither am I. She's a student, so am I. And of course, again, in third, second person, they are American and so are we. He isn't qualified for the job and neither are you. So all of these are sentences that have the verb to be. Am, is, are, isn't. So we use the verb to be in the so or neither part of the sentence. Ben Affleck is Caucasian, and so am I. So I have a chance with Ana de Armas. I'm still dreaming, guys, still dreaming. Okay. Tenses. All the tenses we use the auxiliary, okay? Again, there is an easier way to do this, okay? So don't panic. I didn't see the game, neither did I, right? Because it's past tense. She's been to Peru, that's present perfect tense using has, so have I, right? Again, we can use second or third person. They were studying in England and so were we. He won't be able to finish the homework and neither will you. Ana de Armas hadn't tried Thai green curry and neither had I, but we both loved it. Okay, so again, this is an extra complication because we're using the auxiliary depending on the tense. Kind of like in the first class when we did all of those activities with auxiliaries. So this is the more complicated form, okay? There are easier ways to say yo tampoco or yo también without using an auxiliary verb. But I want you to practice this because in a lot of writing, it's much better to use this form and people use it, so you need to know it. Here you can see a table. This table is from my favorite website, perfectenglishgrammar.com, where you can find examples with past simple, present perfect, future simple, and modal verbs. So for example, past simple, the examples that the teacher has on Perfect English Grammar are, she was at the library, so was I, because it's was. She wasn't at the library, again, neither was I, neither, because it's negative, right? Present perfect with have or has. They've been to Colombia, so have I. They haven't been to Colombia, neither have I. Again, so the not is the neither. This is all for agreeing, right? Future simple, Edward will be at the cafe, so will I. Edward won't be at the cafe, neither will I. Okay, so again, we're using the same auxiliary verbs. Modal verbs, and I've put some conditionals in here too. He would like a cup of tea, so would I. He wouldn't like a cup of tea, neither would I. So it's pretty simple, right? So for affirmative agreeing, and neither for negative agreeing, always using the correct auxiliary verb. John wouldn't have known, and neither would I, okay? That's a conditional. But it follows the same rule. Neither would, because would is the auxiliary verb. Emma can speak Russian, so can I. Emma can't speak Russian, neither can I. I should go, that's a modal verb, and so should you. And they have to try again, and so do we. This case has an asterisk because it's have to, which technically is not a modal verb, which is why it has do and not have, right? So have we. They have to try again, and so have we. No, you would say so do we, because have to, remember, it's not technically a modal verb, okay? It's not official, but it has the same function. Let's try some exercises. Go to point number 1 in the description to open the activity. Okay, so this is the activity page, and if you scroll down, you can see the activity. So, you are late for school, so it's going to be agreeing with this. It's affirmative, so it's going to be so. It's verb to be, are, so it's going to be am, is, are, and because it's I am, right? So am I. Don't know what's going on with this website right now, but it's doing this funky thing. I don't want to see it, but whatever. You don't like red skirts. Don't like, that's negative, so it's going to be neither. The word is Jane. Forgive that this weird virtual keyboard interface message is here, but Jane is the answer. So neither, and it's a verb like, don't like, so I'm going to use the verb do, right? Neither do, but it's Jane, she, so it's going to be does. Neither does Jane. Finished activity, and I will see you in a moment. I hope that went well. Let's continue. So we talked a bit about so and neither, and now we're going to talk about to and either. But we will come back to neither and so to make life easier in a moment, okay? So to and either, we are talking about other ways of agreeing. So to is a little bit easier than so. Look at these 3 different ways of agreeing. I do too, so do I, or me too, right? Me too is actually a famous campaign and hashtag, which you guys probably know about, to do with sexual abuse in Hollywood. I did too, so did I, and me too. So again, here we're agreeing in past. We can use me too, right? So look, we can actually see it an easier way. It's easier than saying to with the verb or so with the verb. You can actually just say me too, yo también, right? I enjoy cooking, me too. I don't have to worry about the tense, right? So if I just say yo también, me too, I can forget about all of this did I, do I. I can say I enjoy cooking, so do I, or I do too, or I can just say me too. And in case of that me too movement, you can see this example, right? He was a victim, she was a victim, me too. That's why the campaign was called Me Too, like para dar voz a las víctimas, vaya. So you would say, I stand up and I say me too. It happened to me too. A mí me pasó a mí también, no? So either is another way of saying neither, but it just goes with a negative verb. So you can say neither do I, or I don't either. These 2 things mean exactly the same thing. Neither do I don't either. But the easy thing to do is this, right? Because you don't have to worry about the tense. Again, look at this, the future example. Neither will I won't either. Me neither, right? Por ejemplo, si una persona dice no iré, I won't go, and I want to say yo tampoco, I can say me neither. Or I can say I won't either, or neither will I. But the easy option is me neither, right? That's the easy option. I don't eat bread, me neither, yo tampoco, right? I don't eat bread, yo tampoco. I don't have to worry about the tense, right? My dad hasn't been to Italy, me neither. Again, I don't have to worry about the tense. I can say, so it says my dad hasn't been, so this is present perfect. So I could say, neither have I, or I haven't either. Or I could just keep life easy and say me neither. In formal writing, you should probably try and use one of these yellow options because it sounds more formal, it sounds more elegant, okay? For example, in this last example, you should probably try and use I haven't either or neither have I. But in speaking, and actually in writing too, me neither is perfectly fine. Okay, so why complicate your life? Just keep it simple. Me too, me neither. Yo también, yo tampoco, right? So, 3 ways to agree. There are 3 different ways. So look at this. Jenny can't speak Russian. Jenny can't speak Russian. So we're talking about me, right? So quiero decir que yo tampoco. So I have 3 different ways to say yo tampoco. So it's with an auxiliary verb. So it's going to be something like neither can I, right? Neither can I. I can use the negative and I could put either. So it'd be I can't either. Or I could just say me neither, right? There you go. Neither can I can't either, or me neither. All right, again, you can use the easy option. So there are 3 different ways to agree. Look at this. This is a positive, affirmative sentence. My parents are art enthusiasts, okay? You're talking about your parents, so I'm going to say my parents too, right? Yep, my parents are too, so are my parents, or the easy option, my parents too. Okay, so there are 4 more here. Stop the video, do the activity. Here come the answers. 3, 2, 1. We got married, that's past tense, at the beach. Okay, so did we did too, or us too. Good. I haven't seen that series. Sarah, right? Yep, neither has Sarah. Sarah hasn't either, or Sarah neither. She'll be 24 next year. You, so this is future and it's affirmative. So will you will too, and you too, right? You will too, so will you too. And then finally, John had never tried sushi before, past perfect. Neither had I hadn't either, and me neither, right? Neither had I hadn't either, and me neither. So don't forget, the easy way to say things, me neither or me too, okay? And you can forget about all of the other complications. Just to say yo tampoco or yo también. Me neither, me too, okay? So, let's focus a bit more on neither and either, okay? About either specifically. Either should always be used with a negative verb, okay? We saw this earlier. I don't either, I won't either, she hadn't either. But some people, especially in the United States, I've noticed, will say me either, when they really mean me neither, okay? So if you hear that, don't be surprised. It's incorrect, but don't be surprised. Also, in a completely different context, either is used for choosing between 2 things. It's one of those words in English that can have 2 different meanings. So in this case, you might see either for choosing between 2 things, but it's not always going to appear actually in the sentence. So have a look at this. I had enough money for either a vacation or a new car, but not both. Either or. It was either the secretary or the wife that poisoned him. O era esto o era otro. But often we just don't use it. Okay, so in these 2 cases you could say, I had enough money for a vacation or a new car, but not both. It was the secretary or the wife that poisoned him. Okay? You don't have to include either, but it's nice sometimes to include it. About neither. Like either or, we also use neither nor to discount 2 things, to say it wasn't 2 things. For example, it was neither the gardener nor the brother that poisoned him. Again, we're going back to this example of people being, a husband being poisoned. It was either the secretary or the wife, and it was neither, no era ni el jardinero ni su hermano, right? So it was neither the gardener nor his brother that poisoned him, because they were both out of town. In this case, neither isn't optional, okay? You can't delete. And you should notice that the verb is affirmative, was, okay? So look at that. It was, era, ni, okay? En español dirías no era ni, ¿verdad? Pero en inglés eso sería un doble negativo. In English that would be a double negative. So you say it was neither. That means no era ni. So just remember that difference between the 2 languages, okay? It was neither the gardener nor his brother. Okay, let's try some exercises. Go to point number 2 in the description to open the activities. So this is the best activity I could find on so, neither, to, and either. This is actually a PDF, okay? And the answers are found on the second page. So don't go down too far or you will see the answers, all right? So on the first page here, it says, fill the gaps with both, either, either or, and neither or neither nor, right? So if there are two spaces, it's going to be either or neither nor. Do you want ice cream or apple pie? Can I have... Actually, both and either would work here. Can I have both, please? Can I have either, please? Like, I don't care. If you say, can I have either? It means you don't care. Can I have both? Quiero ambos, right? I'm sorry, there isn't enough. You can only have ice cream, pie. So it's a positive, affirmative sentence. You can have either ice cream or pie, okay? Finish the rest of the activity and I will see you in a moment. I hope that went well. So that's everything for this class. It's a pretty short class, I know, but I just wanted to touch on the difference between so and neither and to and either, and how basically you can keep your life easy by just saying me too or me neither, right? Him too or him neither. Her too or her neither. Just using an object pronoun, okay? If you want to, and you want to sound more elegant, you can start using the auxiliary verb and say, I didn't either, right? Or so did I. But it's really up to you. It's your decision. The last thing I want to look at, of course, is some more idioms. Let's have a look. So the idioms for today are 4, okay? Miss the boat. The horse has bolted. The ship or that ship has sailed and the early bird catches the worm. Okay, miss the boat. You've missed the boat, you're too old. Basically, that means you've missed your opportunity, but it normally has a connotation of being too old, okay? You are too old, okay? You've missed the boat. You've lost the opportunity, you're too old. We can't do anything about it now. The ship has sailed or the horse has bolted, okay? This is used for a situation where something is beyond your control. Like, ya no se puede hacer nada, ya se ha navegado el barco o se salió corriendo el caballo, right? So it's kind of like two different ways of saying ya se hizo, como que ya no se puede recuperar, vaya. You can't get it back. So we can't do anything, the ship has sailed or the horse has bolted. They have exactly the same meaning, okay? And finally, you should have started sooner. Hubieras empezado antes. Sabes que the early bird catches the worm. In this case means si lo haces primero, si eres el primero o tienes la idea primero o empiezas desde antes, vas a ser exitoso, okay? So, el pájaro que se levanta temprano es el que come el gusano porque hay mucho gusano porque los demás están dormidos, ¿no? Entonces, eso es la traducción literal. But when you're talking about the idiom, you would say, if you think of the idea first or you do it first, then you're going to have success, okay? Okay, that's the class finished. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can always get notifications of when I upload my videos, which is Monday and Thursday. And of course, join the Facebook group so you can download all of my resources and my presentations, including this one, for free. Thanks for learning English with me, and I will see you next class.